Hey everyone.
Hey.
We're back here with another update video, the first one of 2022. And so we wanted to just give you a little bit of a snapshot of what's going on in our lives and ways that you can be praying for us. We've talked to a few of you who check on these videos regularly, and you know already that Japan has once again delayed any kind of travel for us until the end of February. And so we were hoping to be there by the end of November, or December, I should say. And that didn't work out because of the new Omicron strain that's popped up. So because of that, they are being exceedingly careful. And at the end of February, they'll reevaluate how they want to go about processing new visas and letting more and more people into the country. So that's one really big way that you can be praying for us and our family, that in the meantime, we would wait patiently and trust in God's timing. Even though it seems that the time gets pushed back further and further and further, God is still in control and He's still working all things together for our good. And so we need to trust that and believe that. And so thank you for praying for us already, but please continue helping us in that endeavor. Also, in the waiting, we've been able to continue studying language, and we've made a lot of progress in that. We both are nearing the end of our first textbook, and so by the time we reach Japan, hopefully we will be done with that in its entirety. And that's just such a huge blessing to think about, that we will have that knowledge already down and that foundation laid, that we can go into that new context with some amount of communication skills. So that it definitely is a blessing in a way that the Lord is redeeming this time here as we are waiting.
Yeah, so in addition to praying for our language, please continue to lift up our relationships with our Japanese friends here in the Evansville area. Over Christmas time, we had the opportunity to actually give 2 Bibles to our closest friends, and they were Japanese and English kind of side by side. And so it's been helpful actually for some spiritual conversations that the Lord has opened the door to, especially with one of them. Just in answering her questions, it's been really helpful for me to be able to read the English side by side with her reading in her heart language. And it seems to be a translation that is true to the original text, but also is easier to understand than some of the others. So please just pray that they will receive and believe in Jesus in faith, and that they will trust in Him and His finished work on the cross for their salvation. That would just be such an amazing blessing for us to see their salvation as a part of our being called to wait here for much longer than we anticipated. And so just pray for them, that they would keep asking really good questions. We encourage them to start reading about the life of Jesus in the book of John, and pray that they would do that, and that God would give them understanding, and that they continue to ask good questions with intentions of believing. We had the opportunity to cook a couple of really fun meals with them over the last month or so. We continue meeting with them about weekly, and they taught us how to make nabe and ginger pork, and both were phenomenal. Also just lessons in miso soup and rinsing Japanese rice, and how to chop a leek, things like that. So it's been really, really cool. It's been really good, just cultural learning experiences for us. And then we had them over last week and served some grilled cheese sandwich with tomato bisque. It was their first time ever having that. So that was fun for them to experience just a basic American meal as well.
Yeah, and so in the meantime, while we are waiting, we do pray that the Lord will continue opening their hearts towards a receptivity of the gospel. But even if they don't make a decision before we leave, we are still so thankful for the time we've been able to invest and the seeds we've been able to plant and sow in their hearts and in their lives. And we just trust that God will continue working in the place that He has placed us, even if we're on the other side of the world. We'll see them again because they're coming back to Japan. So we will continue to keep you updated with anything like that. But like we've said, there's just so many ways and evidences that God is using this time while we are still here in the States. And so whenever we are tempted to grow discontent or to despair or to get really depressed on certain days and just wonder, why are we still here? God is very quick to remind us, and we have to be quick to remind one another of the opportunities that we've been given and the great stewardship of the gospel that we've had here in this place, and that we will have eventually whenever God's time is revealed. So thank you for keeping up to date with us. Those are some specific ways that you can be praying for us and our family. I would just add one more, is that Eliana is doing really well. She is back at her school after the new year has started, and she's loving it. She's growing more and more social each and every day. Her personality continues to just blossom. But as we continue to think about moving to Japan, we just pray that God would give us wisdom in how to parent her well and how to raise her well, and be sensitive to the issues of adjusting to culture in our own lives, but especially for her life as she is just beginning to begin her life at almost 4 years old. And so we've never done this before. There's not a manual for it, but we trust that God is going to help us, give us wisdom through his word primarily, but through the lives of others who have gone before us and done this too. But we just would covet your prayers for that endeavor. So
yes, we love y'all, and thank you for partnering with us in prayer.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.